It's time to step up your game.
Let's get ready to rumble!
You're listening to Game On.
Falcon Punch!
Your inside track to gaming and fitness.
Of course!
Mamma mia!
We've got interviews one-on-one with your gaming experts.
Hi, folks. This is Jim Cummings.
This is Courtney Taylor.
This is Duke Nukem.
And we'll help you keep fit along the way.
It's time for the moment you've been waiting for.
Get ready, because Game On starts now.
Game on! Game on! Game on!
Hey all, Jeff Johnson here. It is, once again, another chance to look at Metal Gear Solid as we finish off Pile of Shame, Metal Gear Solid 4. Last time, we took a look at what I considered some of the worst aspects of Metal Gear Solid 4. This time, I'm not going to be such a Debbie Downer. I'm actually going to talk about the things I really enjoyed about Metal Gear Solid 4, and we're looking at the best parts of this game. Before we get going, I do have to stress all visual content that you see in this video and some audio content belong to Konami and Hideo Kojima, the creators of Metal Gear Solid 4, and I also want to give a big thank you out to David Hayter, who played the voice of Solid Snake throughout all of the Metal Gear Solid games so far. Awesome work. It brings the character to life, and it's great to see that in Metal Gear Solid 4, playing as Old Snake here. I also want to bring up a bit of a mistake that I made in last video as well. You see, last time when I was talking about the Big Boss section of the game, I said I wasn't going to blow that section. I wasn't going to provide spoilers, but I may have not provided video, but I did describe pretty much the entire scene. So, anybody who hadn't played the game up to that point, sorry for doing that. Yeah, I kind of got carried away there. In any case, let's look at some of the best moments from Metal Gear Solid 4. This is our final look at this game. Again, this is Pile of Shame. This is Metal Gear Solid 4. Number 5. Vamp versus Raiden. Now, I know that I've expressed my hatred for Raiden in the past. If you followed GameNTrain, if you followed my posts here, you know that I haven't been the biggest fan of all things Raiden. But you know what? Playing through Metal Gear Solid 4, being so delayed at playing this game, I really didn't get a chance to experience the badass cyborg ninja that he became, because I haven't played Metal Gear Rising yet. And honestly, looking at Metal Gear Solid 4 and playing this game, I'm kind of looking forward to Metal Gear Rising now. Not gonna lie, this actually looks like it'd be pretty fun to play as when you see all of the craziness that he can pull off. And this is probably one of the shining moments showing off just how awesome some of the things that he can do in this game are. I'm not talking about the first fight. I'm not talking about Vamp versus Raiden 1 in Act 2 of this game, because I know he pulls off some insane moves there, but to me it's kind of sort of a what the hell moment. You're looking at it and you're wondering to yourself, what exactly am I seeing? Just the fact that he's doing this whirling dervish move and throwing around geckos? No, I'm sorry. I don't see that. That's just odd to me. But Vamp versus Raiden Part 2, that is an awesome scene. You have Raiden just fixed up from Otacon and Sunny. You also have Vamp depowered by Solid Snake after using the syringe given to him by Naomi. And you have these two powerhouses now at just a lesser stage of power, and they're going at each other monkey knife fight style. That's pretty awesome. It's just so cool to see. But what makes it even better, you've got armies of gecko pouring into the room. Armies of the mechanical Metal Gear cows coming into the room. And what happens? You've got Snake with a railgun trying to stop them the entire time. So on the left side of the screen, you've got this massive battle that you're doing with this railgun, trying to basically destroy all the gecko before they get to the Rex. On the right side of the screen, you've got a badass knife fight happening. There's nothing more action-packed in this game than this scene right here. This is awesome. Number 4. Honestly, when I saw this introductory scene, I was blown away. The B&B Corps, the Beauty and the Beast Corps, this group of characters, I realize they're all a play on previous characters of the series, what with Laughing Octopus, Raging Raven, Crying Wolf, and Screaming Mantis. These were pretty awesome. It was pretty cool to see, and there was a lot of backstory to each of these characters, which wasn't revealed until you fought each of them in a battle. Each of these bosses were a throwback to one of the bosses that you had fought in previous Metal Gear games. I mean, the Crying Wolf one is the battle that stands out to me most of all, just because of the whole mood that it gives you with the whole Sniper Wolf battle that happened back in Metal Gear Solid 1. Honestly, I would want to do that fight over and over again if I could. Number 3. Shadow Moses Island. I was like a fanboy when I saw this scene. Like, the second that they threw me back into playing the original Metal Gear Solid game and actually having me play that moment, I was a little distracted at first because I figured, okay, it's got to be a cutscene. But then I could move Snake around and I was like, holy crap, I'm playing the original game. This is pretty awesome. So, having us do that, and then as soon as that scene was over, switching back to how things are today, just showing you how they've redeveloped all of Shadow Moses Island and giving us a bit of a nostalgia trip going through that, and just having Snake and Otacon reminisce during that time. But the best scene by far, looking at your first impressions on Shadow Moses Island and the nuclear disposal facility. The second you see that facility and the music starts, and that's one of those scenes that I won't forget because it was just so cool to see that they brought back the music from the original game and put it in right at that moment. It was breathtaking. It was awe-inspiring. It was awesome. And I recommend, if you haven't had a chance to play this game, this scene alone is probably the best reason to play the game right here. Well, except for the 2 that are coming up. Number 2.
Liquid Moses, where our fates were born, and where yours ends, Snake.
Metal Gear Rex versus Metal Gear Ray. Shadow Moses Island was a pretty awesome scene to see, and just living through all the moments of that part of the game just was so much fun to take on. But just this scene in itself, right after the whole Raiden versus Vamp fight, you board Metal Gear Rex. You plowed through an army of geckos. I realize this doesn't go with the whole stealth espionage action, but who cares? This is one of those moments where I'm just like, holy cow, I'm piloting the Metal Gear. This is the thing that we have been trying to destroy in pretty much every single Metal Gear game, from Metal Gear 1, Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake, Metal Gear Solid, pretty much anything that involves the Metal Gear series involved fighting against either a Metal Gear or a Shagohod or something, but this is the first where you actually got to pilot it. And just plowing through this scene, what led it to the best moment was just the finality of seeing Snake taking on Liquid, Snake piloting Metal Gear Rex, Liquid piloting Metal Gear Ray, and the battle that ensued. Holy cow. That's just such a fun scene. I realize, again, last episode I was really hard on the motorcycle chase scene for the fact that it takes you away from that stealth element of the game. But how can you not enjoy this scene? It's fun. That's the only thing I can say about this scene. It's fun. It's giving you that gameplay element that just sort of grabs you. This was one of those moments that I couldn't put the controller down. I loved it. And the number 1 best part of Metal Gear Solid 4.
This is it, brother. Our final moment.
The final battle. To look at this scene, to see it for what it is, You have to look at the entire series of Metal Gear Solid. This battle takes you through so many different styles, but more importantly, if we look at the aspect that I was talking about in the last video, about narrative versus gameplay, where you saw cutscenes thrown at you endlessly, and just not having that interactivity there. While you don't get to interact with the cutscene that happens before this battle begins, the way that it seamlessly transitions from that cutscene into the battle itself, that is so well done. It integrates you right into the story. You're feeling this battle as they go about it, because let's face it, at this point in the series, both Snake and Liquid are two old, tired souls, and you can see them struggling through this battle, through this cutscene battle that's happening, and then you take control, and you get to play through all of the different styles from the series. The first battle has you playing in that top-down sort of Metal Gear Solid style. In the second battle, it plays similar to the final battle that happened between Raiden and Solidus. In the third battle, that gave you that sort of CQC style that you saw between the boss and Naked Snake. And after all that said and done, the fourth style, the slugfest between the two old tired soldiers. It's like the classic anime moment where you have two guys standing up against each other. That one final blow is going to decide it, and that's what we're seeing here. One of these blows is going to knock these combatants down, and in the end, we know who's got to stand victorious. It's awe-inspiring. Again, I use that word a lot for the 5 sections that I'm talking about here, but this is such an incredible battle, an incredible way to end the story. It's got finality.